Since I joined the club, the last 48 hours has been the worst 48 hours since I joined the club because many people didn't support us.
What do you mean in terms of the not people supporting you in the last 48 hours?
Worst 48 hours since I joined the club because people didn't support me and the team in general.
Enzo Maresca is fed up. The man who won 2 trophies, brought Champions League football back to Stamford Bridge, beat Paris Saint-Germain in a Club World Cup final, just had his worst 48 hours at Chelsea. And he made sure everyone knew it.
I respect your opinion and I respect people's opinion, but again, I don't have nothing to add, and my focus is just on tomorrow game that we can achieve the third semi-final in 18 months since I joined the club. I can speak Italian, my language, Spanish very well, French very well, and English more or less. I think when I want to say something, I'm quite clear. I already spoke after the game. I don't need to add more. If you want, I can try in Italian, Spanish, French, so you all aware. It's done, it's finished. Was after the game, I said what I said after the game. Now it's focus on Cardiff, third semi-final in 18 months.
Cryptic comments, refusal to explain, clear frustration aimed at someone, not the fans, not the media. That leaves BlueCo. Todd Bowley, Bedad Egbali, Clear Lake Capital. The ownership that has turned Chelsea into a managerial graveyard.
We want our Chelsea back! 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 We want our Chelsea back!
5 managers in 2 years, £1 billion spent.
We can't pretend this has been a success so far after 3.5 years. They came into a club and the manager was Thomas Tuchel. He'd won the Champions League at that club. They then take a team who are very close to competing and winning the biggest trophies like they did in the Champions League, and then go and spend £2 billion. They are further away than what that manager was doing 3.5 years ago. And they've had to bend the rules, or break the rules if you like, around PSR. They've been fined by UEFA, I think, twice already. So that again tells you things aren't exactly running smooth.
Thomas Tuchel questioned, Graham Potter destroyed, Mauricio Pochettino forced out. Now Maresca is next. This is not a manager problem. This is a BlueCo problem.
And they won the last game, so I'm not too much worried about the situation.
I don't think Maresca's manager of Chelsea next season.
Ah, okay. Regardless of what happens.
No. I think when you come out and speak like your ownership like that and you start going public, that's a big problem. I don't see him there next season.
Welcome back, Chelsea fans from all corners of the globe. Whether you are watching from London, Lagos, New York, Sydney, Mumbai, or anywhere else where blue runs through your veins, this video is for you. Drop a comment telling us what country you are watching from, and smash that like button if you think BlueCo needs to stop interfering with managers and let them do their jobs. Do not forget to subscribe, because we bring you Chelsea content that cuts through the noise every single week. Chelsea beat Everton 2-0.
We look terrible. Like you said, we only up our game against.
First win in 4 games. Back into top 4, Cole Palmer scoring, everything looked positive. Then Maresca dropped a bombshell in the press conference. Since I joined the club, the last 48 hours have been the worst because many people did not support us. The room went silent. Reporters asked who he meant. He refused to elaborate. Just kept saying in general. But he made one thing clear. I love the fans. So, if not the fans and he has good relationships with the reporters, who is left? BlueCo, the ownership, the hierarchy. Monday's press conference ahead of Cardiff? Same story. Maresca shut down every question. I already spoke. I have nothing to add. Cardiff tomorrow.
Day and begin with the broadcast section, starting with Sky Sports News. Away you go.
Enzo, thank you very much. Just wanted to ask you, the comments you made on Saturday evening obviously created a lot of headlines and a lot of interest. What did you mean exactly by those comments, and what did you want to achieve?
When asked if he's committed, he said absolutely yes, but the damage was done, the message was sent, something is very wrong, and Maresca wanted the world to know. Do you think Maresca will still be Chelsea manager next season? Let us know your prediction in the comments.
I already spoke about that, and I don't have nothing to add.
But obviously, what you said.
Cardiff tomorrow, please.
But you don't want to address at all the fact what you said?
I already spoke about that, and I think I was quite clear.
The pundits wasted no time. Jamie Carragher was blunt. I do not think Maresca is manager at Chelsea next season. When you speak about your ownership publicly, that is a big problem.
I don't think Maresca is manager at Chelsea next season.
Ah, okay. Regardless of what happens.
No. I think when you come out and speak like your ownership like that and you start going public, that's a big problem. I don't see him there next season.
Carragher said it is not uncertain who Maresca is speaking about. The owners and sporting directors. This is a head coach, not a manager. He agreed to terms initially, but after doing a really good job, he wants more power. Carragher pointed out Maresca would be disappointed. Chelsea did not sign a center back when Levi Colwill got injured. That frustration builds up. There will only be one winner, and it is not the manager.
It's not uncertain. He's speaking about the owner and the sporting directors, and I think this is a classic case that we see at a lot of clubs now, where you have a head coach, not a manager, and sporting directors. And what you get is the coach comes in initially and agrees to the terms and conditions, but then he feels like yes. But then he feels like he's done a really good job, and he has done a great job, getting Champions League football last season, winning a European competition and winning the Club World Cup. So then slowly he feels like he should get more power. He'll be really disappointed by Chelsea not going into the market and buying a centre-back in the summer when Colwill got the big injury. So in the last few weeks, the results have just turned on him a little bit. So he's calling something out, and he wants something in the public, which I don't agree with. We spoke about Mo Salah last week. This is not as extreme, but it's a similar sort of situation. I don't like people going public, whether it's a manager or a player. You sort it in-house. But the problem for Enzo Maresca is, if he continues like this, there's only going to be one winner, and it's not him.
Danny Murphy warned him too. He has got to be careful. These are multi-billionaire owners, and if they feel their manager is talking to them through the press, it is not going to end well. Pick your moments and be quiet. But Maresca does not want to be quiet.
A profit, some of them. What more do you expect me to do? Do you think that's what he's saying?
Yeah, I do, more or less, and I agree with that. But he's got to be careful. I think you have to realise the owners you're working for and the club you're working for. He's been given an amazing opportunity to manage a massive football club after only managing Leicester. So, did he expect to gain control because he won the Conference League?
Sky Sports reporters also chimed in with their analysis. One theory is that Maresca said what he said to protect his players and create an us against them mentality, but another theory is much darker and more concerning. Chelsea's football leadership team gives Maresca technical feedback after every single game. There is massive scrutiny when things are not going well at all. 4 games without a win, even though they beat Barcelona 3-0 last month, can feel like the end of the world at Chelsea.
Winning is clearly the most important thing. So we're focused on winning.
Something triggered Maresca specifically after the Atalanta defeat, where Chelsea lost 2-1. He was criticized heavily for bringing on Malo Gusto to play as a number 10 instead of playing young Estevao. That kind of constant second guessing from people above gets under any manager's skin very fast. Why has Enzo Maresca earned this level of frustration? Because the man has delivered. Look at what he accomplished in his first season. He won the Conference League, beating Real Betis 4-1 in the final. Chelsea became the first club ever to win all 4 major European trophies. Then he won the Club World Cup, beating Champions League winners Paris Saint-Germain 3-0 in New Jersey, 2 trophies in one season. He also finished 4th in the Premier League, securing Champions League qualification. All of this with the youngest squad in Premier League history.
Second thing is having what we think is a really young and exciting team.
Right.
You know, that's going to be around together for a long time. Because if you look at franchises that, you know, dominate for periods of time, it's because they have real stability in the team, you know, real stability in the front office, real stability in, you know, the coaching. So, you know, to be able to lay the groundwork, to be able to start with the stability on the team, you know, by having a young team that has, you know, longer than average contracts.
Maresca took over a mess and turned it into success.
That means that we improve the team. So it's our target to try to improve all of them day by day.
Chelsea were coming off a disappointing season under Pochettino. Maresca implemented his possession style. He developed young players. He won tactical battles against elite managers. The Club World Cup final was a masterclass. He identified the space around PSG's midfield and exploited it perfectly. Cole Palmer thrived. The defense was solid. Chelsea dominated from start to finish. That is elite level coaching. So after winning 2 major trophies, getting Champions League football and managing the youngest squad in the league, Maresca has earned the right to expect support from his ownership. Instead, he's getting questioned, second-guessed, not backed in the transfer market. That is why he snapped. That is why he went public with his frustration, because enough is enough. What is your favorite Maresca moment from last season? The Conference League trophy or the Club World Cup win? Drop your vote below. But here is the uncomfortable truth that Chelsea fans need to hear. BlueCo is the problem. Always has been. Look at the clear pattern. Todd Bowley, Bedad Iqbali, and Clear Lake Capital took over Chelsea in May 2022. Since then, they have gone through 5 different managers in just 2 years. 5 managers. Thomas Tuchel, Graham Potter, Frank Lampard, Mauricio Pochettino, and now Maresca is feeling the exact same pressure they all did. Thomas Tuchel won the Champions League in 2021. BlueCo fired him in September 2022, just 7 games into the season, just 4 months after taking over. Reports say Tuchel refused to sign an aging Cristiano Ronaldo, and that deteriorated his relationship with Bowley. Imagine that.
When you take over any business, you just have to make sure that you're aligned with the people who are operating the business. And I think Tuchel is obviously extremely talented and someone who had great success at Chelsea. Our vision for the club was finding a manager who really wanted to collaborate with us, a coach who really wanted to collaborate.
Firing a Champions League winning manager because he would not sign a 37-year-old striker, that set the tone for everything that followed. Then came Graham Potter. BlueCo paid Brighton £21.5 million to get him, the most expensive manager signing in football history. Potter lasted 7 months on a 5-year contract. He won just 12 of 31 matches. Chelsea were sitting in 11th place when he got sacked in April 2023, 21 million down the drain. Frank Lampard came in as caretaker, Chelsea legend. He won 1 game out of 11. Then came Mauricio Pochettino. Poch took over in July 2023. He had a rough start, but by the end of the season, things were clicking. Late run of form, secured 6th place, qualified for Europe, Conference League football. Fans finally started warming to him. And what did BlueCo do? Let him go by mutual consent. Fans were confused. Things were working. The team was improving. But BlueCo wanted someone else. Someone who wanted less, say, in transfers. Someone easier to control. This is the pattern. BlueCo hires managers, then does not support them, questions their tactics, second guesses their decisions, does not back them in the market, then fires them when results dip. It happened to Tuchel. It happened to Potter. It happened to Pochettino. and now Maresca is experiencing it firsthand. The problem is control. BlueCo wants total control. They have sporting directors Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart handling transfers. They have a massive recruitment team. They have algorithms and data. But they hired Maresca as a head coach, not a manager. That means less power, less say, more interference. Maresca agreed to those terms initially, but after winning 2 trophies and proving himself, he wants more respect. He wants his voice heard. He wants support, not scrutiny. And BlueCo is not giving it to him. Reports also say there is a bitter civil war inside Chelsea ownership.
So a bid is the big factor now from either side. It doesn't matter that Clearlake are the majority stakeholder or that Todd and his allies are minority. A bid from one side to the other side is going to be a big moment, even with them both saying they won't sell, because then after a bid they have to go away and make quite a big decision on that. We still haven't as well. I mean, the Todd angle comes from the fact that him and his associates are Walter and Biss, and very much the word is that they would only operate as a package. So it is impossible, according to them, for Clearlake to just try and buy out Todd.
Bowley wants to buy out Clearlake Capital's stake. Egbali wants to buy out Bowley and his partners. It is like a real-life Game of Thrones. Power struggles between billionaires, egos clashing violently, and caught in the middle of all this is the manager trying to win football matches with a squad full of talented but inexperienced kids. This is why top managers will not come to Chelsea anymore. Who would want this job? You will be questioned constantly, not backed properly in the transfer market, then sacked within months if results dip. It is a managerial graveyard. 5 managers in 2 years is absolutely insane. Even Roman Abramovich was not that trigger happy early on in his reign. Chelsea fans deserve better. Maresca deserves better. The man won 2 trophies, got Champions League football, developed young players brilliantly, and instead of support, he gets his worst 48 hours. That tells you everything about BlueCo. They are the problem. Not the managers, not the players. BlueCo, Todd Bowley, Behdad Eghbali, Clearlake Capital. They created this mess, and until they change their approach, Chelsea will keep spinning their wheels. That is all for today, Chelsea fans. If you think BlueCo is destroying this club, smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts. Subscribe, because we are bringing you the truth every single week. Come on, Chelsea.